This is a screencast tutorial for the Google Sheets M&M spreadsheet activity. So you're going to start off, the first thing you're going to want to do is make a copy of the document by going to File, Make a Copy. So go on up here, the upper left hand corner, click on File, and then Make a Copy. If for some reason Make a Copy is not an option for you, you need to make sure that you're logged into your Google Drive first. So once you hit Make a Copy, just delete this copy of part, so stick your cursor in there and click and then hit backspace so that the title of your document should just be Google Sheets assignment, and then yours might be 7A, 7B, 7C, or 7D, or could be another combination of letters depending on what class you're in. Then you're going to go ahead and hit OK. Now you can go ahead and at the top of your screen in your tabs, you'll have two tabs open for the Google Sheets assignment. X out of mine, and then so that only yours is up. This copy is now in your drive so that you can type on it. Okay, so step one, it says create a spreadsheet in your Google Drive. So you're going to head over to your Google Drive and you're going to go to New, Google Sheets. Okay, step two says title the spreadsheet. So you're going to head over here. Actually, if this pop-up comes up, go ahead and just hit no thanks. And then up here where it says Untitled Spreadsheet, you're going to click there and title this whatever you would like. I'm just going to title it Google Sheets Assignment. Okay, step three says make your columns wider and your rows taller. Now, you could do this individually just by going up to the different columns and dragging and dropping it where how big you want it to be. But notice, if you do it individually like that only changed column A's width. You want the entire document. You want all of these are all called cells, these individual pieces in here. You want all of your cells to be the exact same height and width. So if you want that to happen, you're going to go up here in the corner and you're going to click in this little gray box right here. You'll notice that that highlights the entire document. So now, if you want to change the height and width of your cells, go up between A and B and hover till you see the arrows on either side. Click and drag to whatever width you want. And then do the same thing between your numbers here. If I go between 1 and 2, you'll see I got that double arrow again. Go ahead and click and drag down, and that will make them, your rows, wider. And again, notice how it did it to all of the cells and not just one. That's because you've got the entire document selected by clicking that gray box there. To unselect all of the document, each of the cells, you just need to click somewhere and you'll see that it deselects all of those cells. Okay, now we're on number 4. Number 4 says merge columns A and B in row 1. Then you're going to type M&M activity in the merge columns and center the text. So we're going to go back to the spreadsheet. Here's columns A and B, and here's row 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag so that we've selected the rows A and B. And then we're going to go up here. If you hover over this, it says merge cells. We can go ahead and click that, or we could hit the drop down arrow and pick how we wanted them to merge. In this case, we're just going to go ahead and hit merge all. You'll notice that now cells A and B are one cell as opposed to 2. And then it said we're going to type M&M activity in the merge cells and center the text. So we want to type into a cell, we just have to double click and that will activate your cursor. We're going to go ahead and type M and M activity. So we've got that there, but notice it's not centered. So if I were to click out of it, it's left hand justified. Well, we want it to be centered. So I'm going to go back up, make sure that the cell is highlighted, and I'm going to go over here for a horizontal align, and I'm going to select center. You can also vertically align it as well. In this case, I want it to be in the middle of the cell. But you could have it at the top as well. It's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and put mine in the middle. Okay, we're on step 5 now. It says in cell 2A type color. And I'm going to go ahead and do step 6 too while we're there. In cell 2B, we're going to type total. So when I go back to the document, I'm going to look at 2A, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and type color. And then it said in 2B to type total. Again, if you want to change these, you can. If you want to center them horizontally or center them vertically, it's up to you. Okay, now we're on number 7, where you are going to list the colors of your M&Ms in the color column. So under here where it says color, starting with cell A3, go ahead and start typing in, the colors of your M&Ms. Even if you have a color that you got 0 for, you still need to list the color. So I believe the colors are yellow, orange, green. I'm just hitting enter every time to go to the next cell. Red, blue, or you can click back and forth between them, whatever's easier for you. And then your last color, brown. Step 8. You should have already done this part, but if not, you're going to go ahead and count the number of each color you have and record it in your spreadsheet next to the corresponding color. I'm just going to make up my totals, but yours should be written down on a sheet of paper. For yellow, I'm just going to say I have 5. Okay, now remember, even if you have a color that you got 0 M&Ms for, you still need to record that. Like in the case here where my blue, I have a 0 there. Okay, step 9, you're going to fill at least one cell with color. It's up to you how many cells you want to fill with color, but let me show you how to do that first. So let's say you wanted to fill this cell with color. You simply click on the cell that you want to add color to. You're going to go up here to the paint bucket. Hit the drop down menu and pick whatever color you want. Just make sure that it's not too dark. I need to be able to see the title or the words, that whatever words are in the cell there. I'm just going to go ahead and pick that yellowish color there. And if you want, you can continue adding color to the different cells. Okay, now we are on step 10. It says change the text in at least one cell in any way you choose. So you can change font size, font family, font color, or you can bold, italicize, underline. There's lots of different things you can do. So let's take a look at this. So obviously, for the title of the activity, I might want that to be a different font size or color than the rest of the options here. So I'm just going to click on the cell to highlight it. And then let me show you the different things you can do. You can change font family by selecting the drop-down arrow and picking any of those. You can change the size. You can bold it. You can italicize it. You can change the text color. Hot pink. Ooh, it's kind of tacky. Let's do maybe a blue. Okay, so at this point, if you want, you can change any of these other ones here that you would like. Okay, for number 11, it says use the functions drop-down menu to add up your total number of M&Ms. Do not add these M&Ms with the calculator on the computer, or do not add them in your head. I want you to see how to use this option. So here's how you do that. You are going to select only the numbers. Don't accidentally select the total and don't select the colors. So you're going to click. I'm going to click in my top number, which is the 5. I'm going to click and drag so that I've, again, only highlighted the numbers. You can see the blue box around just the numbers. Then I'm going to go up here, the upper right-hand corner here, where it says functions. You can see there's different things you can do. In this case, we want to add them up. So that's the sum. We're going to click that. So right here, it's basically saying you want to take the sum of cells B3 through cells B8. If you want to check that, take a look. B3, that's the 5, through B8, that's the 9. All of those, so that is correct. If that's correct, go ahead and hit enter, and your total should come up. So our total, or my total, for all of my M&Ms is I have a total of 50 M&Ms. Okay, step 12 says highlight your total. So I'm going to go back here. Again, click on the cell that I want to highlight. And when I say highlight, I just mean fill it with the color. In this case, I'm going to do that yellow. Step 13, add borders around your data from the borders icon. We're going to select all borders. Okay, so I want to add borders around all of the information that I've added. So I'm just going to click and drag around wherever I want to add my borders. So again, you can see the blue line is around to select it all. And you're going to go up here to where it says borders. Click that. Now you have an option. You can do all borders. You can just do inner borders. You can watch the changes as I go. You can just do horizontal borders, vertical borders. But in this case, we want to do all borders. So there are borders around every part of our data. And then lastly, it says turn your data into a pie chart. And then if you receive a message that reads the current window is too small, there's instructions on how to fix that. Most of you won't have to worry about that. Okay, here's how you turn your data into a pie chart. Now, in this case, we just want to grab the colors and the totals. Do not grab M&M activity. Don't grab color. Don't grab total. And do not grab the final total. So I'm going to select where it says yellow. I'm going to drag over to the 5. And I'm going to drag down to the brown and the 9. Again, I only have my colors and their totals. Then I'm going to go up here to where it looks like a bar graph, and I'm going to click on Insert Chart. And I'm going to select the pie chart. Now notice, there's a few things we need to change here. Notice that the yellow does not match up with yellow. Orange is not orange, so on and so forth. So you need to fix that. So we're going to go to Customization. And here's where we're going to change some of those things. We're going to make sure we type in a title. Titles are always capitalized, so make sure that you capitalize that. If you want, you can change the color of your title and the size of your title. Or you can bold and italicize it if you want. You can also change where your legend is, which the legend is kind of like your key. So you can change it from right to left. You can bold it, italicize it, change the size, change the color. You can do all that stuff. You don't want to change the color though because, well, no, you can change the color if you want. Okay, you can also change the font of everything. You can change the background color. You can change the slice, how it reads. This includes the actual value, like I had 20 oranges, 5 blues. Let's see what we do if it changes the borders. So that changes the lines in between. You can do a donut hole. So you can just play around with these different options to see what you like best. One of the most important things that you need to do is make sure that the color that the slice is representing actually represents the color itself. So here for yellow, I would want to change this color from blue to yellow. For orange, obviously change it to orange. And go ahead and change the rest of those to make sure they match. Okay, once you've gotten your chart the way you want it, you're going to go ahead and hit Insert. And then you'll see that it appears on your spreadsheet. Problem is, it's covering up your totals. If you want to move the chart, all you have to do is go to the top there and click and drag it. Or actually, it looks like you can do it from anywhere on the chart. As long as you just, wherever you are, click it and drag it, and you can take it to wherever you want it. Okay, that's the end of part 1. Do not turn this in yet. We will be adding more to it in part 2.